Hello everyone. Welcome to Study Online and welcome to software testing classes. Okay. Today happens to be the day two. Yes or no? Guys, please do respond in the chat box. Okay, great. Okay, let me just do one thing. Let me just share you the screen. Guys, I can see many of the people are not attending software testing. Why? Because it's there in the morning slot. Guys, it's purely shows that the dedication or the level of seriousness that they are having in their life. That's it. Guys, trust me, from past 1 week, believe me or not, from past almost 1 week, I'm just having 3 to 4 hours of sleep. That's it. I think that's the maximum. Fine. Yesterday night, I think I what I can tell, slept at midnight 3:30, I guess. That's everything comes from like your what I can tell mindset. If you have a proper mindset, then you can do anything. Okay, let me just come back to the notes. Okay, I would like to quickly recap whatever I have taught in the yesterday's class. When it comes to software companies, there are three categories: MNC, mid-range, startup. Maybe as a fresher, if you're getting a job in any of these things, please go and work. When it comes to types of software companies, there are three types: service-based, product-based, and hybrid company. And I hope you got the clarity regarding what is service-based company, what is product-based company, everything you got the clarity. Next, if I scroll down and you got to know that what is requirement and in how many ways the requirement can be given by the customer. As basically requirement means it's a necessity of a customer. That's it. Few people will call it as a customer, few people will call it as a client. It's a needs or need of a customer. It's a need or necessity of a customer. History of testing. Could you people type in the chat box who is the father of testing? Guys, I want you to take your time and type in the chat box who is the father of testing. Please be very quick. No, pretty simple question is what I'm asking. Who is the father of testing? Very good. Watts Humphrey. So because you people should be aware of at least some basics. Okay. Shall I proceed further? Maybe if you could respond, I can just proceed further. Okay, cool. Let me just come down. And you got to know that the basic picture of how the software will be tested. Guys, first of all, if there is any requirement that has been given to the company, developer will also take the requirement, test engineer will also take the requirement. Both of them will understand. Developer will develop. Once development is done, it will be given to a testing team. Testing team will test the software. Their duty is to identify the error. Their duty is to report the error. Once they report the error, again the developer has to do some alteration in the developed code and he has to fix the error. Once the error is fixed, again it has to be sent to the test engineer. As a test engineer, you have to retest again and check whether the error has been fixed or not. Once error-free software has been given by the developer, you can deliver the software to the customer. And importance of testing, error masking. It's a very important interview question. No one I'm telling. That's no one I'm telling. In the interview, there might be asking what is the meaning of error masking. Your answer should be pretty simple. It's a process of hiding the error from the test case table. Sir, what is test case table, sir? Guys, don't you think this is only called as test case table? So yesterday I forgot to write. Oh, it is not coming. So what happened? Test case table. Okay, is that clear? Okay, this is what test case table. How many columns are there in test case table if you ask me? Serial number, input, expected output, actual output, status. Is that clear? These are the columns that will come under what I get, test case table. Next, let me just come back to the today's day that happens to be day two. When it comes to day two, let me just do one thing. Let me just times new Roman. Okay, I would like to consider 16, 18. Let it be 18. No issues. Okay, observe properly. This is very important, guys. Whatever I'll be teaching in today's class is very important. Please do listen properly. Okay, let me just do one thing. Let me just continue further. Guys, today I'm going to teach a very important concept. No, I'm telling today I'm going to teach a very important concept. Okay, sir, what is that important concept, sir? Software development life cycle. That means SDLC. As a developer or as a test engineer, you should be at least aware of this topic. Is that fine? Guys, could you people respond in the chat box? What is the topic name? Yes, I want you people to respond. Because if you respond, trust me, that's how you have to learn. In the college, you'll not respond. That's the reason many of them will not be able to understand. At least now, it's online class. Because I'm not making you to turn on your front cam in the morning slot. Even I'm not turning on. I'll do it. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow I'll do it. Okay, the topic name happens to be SDLC. That means software development lifecycle. Different procedures that are followed to develop the software is only called as SDLC. Is that clear? That means different procedures that are followed to develop the software is called as SDLC. That means it's pretty simple, guys. Just listen properly. For example, whenever you want to propose a person, fine. Assume that a boy want to propose a girl or a girl want to propose a boy. At that point of time, don't you think different procedures will be there? Will you agree with my point? Guys, I'm just correlating in such a way that you'll be able to understand this content. In the interview and all, please don't tell a boy will propose girl, girl will propose boy. Fine. For example, if any gender want to propose other gender at that point of time, that is only called as LDLC. Simply, I'm just telling fine. Love development life cycle. That means you please tell me, guys, what are the different procedures that are followed to uh, propose a girl or propose a boy? Guys, you have to come. You have to just ping me in the chat so that you will understand. So that I'll correlate with SDLC, software development life cycle. Guys, first one person is telling, sir, giving letter, they'll propose a girl. Okay. Next, please do respond, guys. By giving a letter, you will propose. Okay. I think nowadays nobody will give the letter and all. I think directly WhatsApp, fine, Instagram. In those things, they'll propose. Okay, okay, flowers. Okay, by giving flowers or rose, whatever it may be. Next, guys, just tell me so that I can correlate with HDLC. That's the reason I'm asking. No, it need not to be experience. That means you should not be having experience. At least you would have heard about that, right? As if a girl want to propose a boy or a boy want to propose a girl, what are the different procedures that are followed, or what are the different methodologies that are there? Okay, by providing the gifts. Okay, gift means like bun burger biscuit or like what? New gifts, iPhone. What I can tell. What is the latest version of iPhone? I think 13 Pro Max or 14 Pro Max. 14 Pro Max. Yep. Okay, fine. Don't you think different approaches are there? Now you tell me, in the approaches or in the methodologies or in the procedures that I have written, don't you think some of the olden methodologies are there? Some of the latest methodologies are there? Yes or no? Because that's what the point that I want you to respond. Some of the old methodologies are there. Guys, in our parents' era, fine. Do you think they used to gift iPhone and all? No. I think if they want to propose a person, letter is the best go at that point of time. Correct, right? I think they used to get her some. They used to give some greeting card, letter, or directly they used to tell. Fine. Uh, Same when it comes to developing the software based upon the requirement what you have. Sorry, getting my point? Based upon the requirement what you have. That means if you have proper guts, fine, you can just go and directly tell her. If not, indirectly will propose. Correct, right? That means when it comes to software industry, like that itself, in order to develop the software, guys, I told what is SDLC? Different procedures followed to develop the software is called as SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle. Now, when it comes to SDLC, there are a couple of models. There are so many models. That's like how there are so many procedures to propose a girl, fine, or boy. Like that, in order to develop the software, there are so many procedures. Among that, I am writing the few very important procedures or few people will be calling it as models. See here, SDLC is having so many models. SDLC is having so many models. Among that, I have just written few important models. Few important models is what I have written. Okay, sir, what are the few important models, sir? Please tell me. First one happens to be waterfall model, spiral model, prototype model, V&V model, agile model, or agile also you can call. Is that clear for everyone? Yes, please do respond in the chat box. If you are a test engineer or if you are a developer, trust me, 100% you should be aware of agile. Why, sir? Why you should be aware of agile, sir? Why? Because 95% of the company, it might be startup, it might be what I can tell. MNC or it might be mid-range. 94% of the IT company are using agile model to develop the software. What is agile model? Fine. I think I'll speak about 2 hours regarding the agile model. Not now. Going ahead. Now, please tell me what is the first model? As if you respond, you'll be able to understand in a very better manner. What is the first model? Oh, very good. Waterfall model. And now only I'm telling nobody will be using waterfall model in the IT industry. Even though why I will teach, if you ask me, that is the basic or that is the first model that they have invented to develop the software. That means if I teach you this, for me, these things will become very easy to convey. That's it. That's the reason I'll be teaching waterfall model. Is that clear? But in the interview, nobody might be asking waterfall model. But even though if they're asking, just be prepared for that. Okay. Now, these are the models that will come under software development lifecycle. Now, there are 7 phases. There are 7 phases. Sir, what do you mean by phases, sir? As you tell me, guys. Like how you told, you can propose a girl or boy by giving letter or by giving gifts, fine, etc. and all. Do you think day one itself you'll go and give the letter? Day one itself, for example, you'll see her. Day one itself you'll go and give the letter gift. No, I think nowadays people will do that. They'll take a chance. If they agree, fine. If they don't agree, okay, one more. Like that, people will go. But don't you think in reality what will happen? First phase. That means you might see that particular person. Yes or no? You might see that particular person, and you might follow that particular person, and you might inquire about that particular person. Are you getting my point? It's like this. So many phases will be there. Step by step, step by step, step by step. Only you will go. Directly will not go and tell her that or tell him that I'll marry you. No, nobody will do that. First day itself. like that, whenever a software comes to IT company at that point of time, different phases are followed. Okay, sir, what are the phases, sir? Guys, when it comes to phases, there are 7 phases of SDLC. This is very important. The one I'm telling, this is the important interview question. How many phases are there in SDLC is what they might be asking in the interview. At that point of time, you have to clearly tell them how many phases are there, guys. Please do respond. How many phases are there? Okay, cool. 7 phases are there. Okay, sir, which are those 7 phases, sir? First phase happens to be requirement elicitation. Elicitation means collection, gathering. Requirement elicitation and analysis. Second one, feasibility, design, coding phase, testing phase, installation phase, maintenance phase. These are the things that will be there in the IT industry. Guys, if you're working in any of these things, please don't consider yourself as a technical job. I'll tell you what are the pure technical job and what are non-technical job also I'll tell you. Is that fine? Guys, please do respond. Guys, do you think in order to develop a software, there will be around 30 people who will be working? 30 people who will be working. Fine. Now tell me, do you think all the 30 people will be technical person? All the 30 people will be technical person? No. 100% no. Trust me, 100% no. But now, for time being, what I can tell, these two phases, pure technical, yes or no? These two phases, pure technical. And if you learn coding part, I hope you know Java, Python will be used, fine. And testing, that's what you're learning, fine. Let me start teaching. Now, what I'll do, guys, all these 7 phases are there in waterfall model. All these 7 phases are there in this waterfall model. That is the reason I would like to teach waterfall model so that all the 7 phases will be covered. Okay, let me just start with the waterfall model. If somebody is asking what is waterfall model, at that moment of time, your answer should be pretty simple. It's one of the procedure followed to develop the software. Again, see here, it's one of the procedure followed to develop the software. There are totally 7 phases. And it's a part of SDLC. It's a part of SDLC. Wait a minute, I'll just show it to you. Times New Roman. Okay. Yep. See here, just look at the points whatever I have given. Waterfall model. As today I'm going to conclude waterfall model at any cost. Let's see. Fine, but you have to be very careful in understanding. Okay. It's one of the procedures followed to develop the software. It's a part of SDLC. Totally 7 phases are involved in waterfall model. Which are the 7 phases? These are the same 7 phases that are involved. Okay. Next, requirement elicitation and analysis. First phase is what I have taken. First phase. Now, please listen properly. Listen properly. Who has to give the requirement? Because if you could respond, I can proceed in a very proper manner. Who will give the requirement? Who will give the requirement? Very good. Guys, do you think a person who is going in the road, he'll give the requirement? No. Don't you think for that requirement, it has to be given by the customer? That means if somebody is asking what is the requirement, your answer should be pretty simple. See here, already I have given, but once again, I'll be writing. See here, when it comes to waterfall model, or it might be any model, fine. The needs of a customer or client, which is or which can be expressed in high level language, or it might be diagrammatical format, or it might be mathematical equation. Now, once the customer gives the requirement, uh, that requirement will not be collected directly by the developer, directly by the test engineer. No, never. Okay, sir, then who will collect in the company, sir? Guys, in that particular company, who will collect the requirement if you ask me? I think yesterday I have told. Could you people recollect and tell me? Could you people recollect and tell me? Who will collect the requirement from the customer? It's a technical job role. No one I'm telling it's a technical job role. But as a fresher, don't join this job role. As a fresher, never join this job role. Why? Because you will not be doing the actual job. You'll be like a helper for that particular person. Guys, if you have 3 years, 5 years of experience, and if you got to know that yes, you have a very good communication skills, you have a very good convincing skills, and you know some technical part, that means you know coding, you know testing, but you don't want to continue in that particular thing, you want to upskill yourself, then become this particular job role. What is a job role? Can someone tell me? Guys, once the customer approaches the company with the requirement, business analyst, I want you people to respond. Guys, could you people respond in the chat box? Who will collect the requirement from the customer? Who will collect the requirement from the customer? Because if you respond, it will be there in your mind for a longer duration. That's the reason I'm asking. Very good. Business analyst. Business analyst will collect the requirement from the customer, and that requirement might be in the form of high level language or diagrammatical manner, or it might be in the mathematical equation. But for that raw requirement, what the IT people will call, if you ask me, they will call it as CRS, customer requirement specification. It's just a document which will be given by what I can tell, customer, which will be collected by business analyst. Same thing I have written. See here, if you observe properly, let me just cut it, paste it. Hey, why it is not taking? It's okay. Let me just do one thing. Let me just tell everything Roman. Okay. I think every time it's very tedious for me to do this. No issues. I'll do it. Okay. Once the customer or client approaches the company with the requirement, business analyst. I'll just tell business analyst, or few people will be calling it as product analyst. Product analyst. Is that fine? Guys, it might be business analyst, or few people might be calling it as product analyst. BA or PA. I hope you understood the short form. We people will be calling it as BA. Fine. What is their duty? Their duty is to elicitate. Their duty is to elicitate or collect or gather. Is that fine? Those requirements from the customer, from the customer. Then what they will do, sir? The requirement will be given in a business language. The requirement will be given in a business language, or purely it's called as a non-technical document. Why? Because customer doesn't know technical stuff, right? I'll just tell it's a non-technical document which is in turn referred as CRS. Because in the interview, they might be asking what is CRS and what is the duty of business analyst. I hope you understood. Yes or no in the chat box. Please do respond. I hope you are able to understand, right? What is the duty of BA and what is CRS? CRS is just a document which will be collected by a BA from customer. Technically, it is called as customer requirement specification. Because I hope you are able to understand the points, whatever I'm writing. Once the requirement has been collected by business analyst, he will start analyzing the requirement based upon three criteria. Okay, sir, what are those three criteria, sir? Whether the requirement is complete or not, whether the requirement is consistent or not, whether is there any ambiguity in that particular requirement or not, is what the business analyst will check. Later, what he has to do, he has to convert the CRS into SRS. Guys, in the interview, if they're asking who will be involved in converting CRS to SRS, your answer should be business analyst. CRS means customer requirement specification. SRS means software requirement specification. That means whatever the customer would have given, it will not be understandable by developer. It will not be understandable by what I can tell, test engineer. That's the reason, as a business analyst, they have to convert the given CRS into SRS. Is that clear, guys? Please do respond. Let's see how many of them will be able to understand the points, whatever I'm writing directly. Yes, already I have explained this point. That's the reason I'm just writing directly. Let's see whether you'll be able to understand or not. Okay, I'll just consider these points. Observe properly. Why it is not taking? Just give me a minute. Why it is not taking there? Here, let me just cut it. No, it's not taking. It's okay. Let it be like this itself. Anyhow, you're gonna understand, right? Yes, I hope you're able to understand, right? Yes or no? I hope. Are you people able to understand? Yes, I want a very quick response from your side. Are you able to understand? Okay. After collecting the requirement, the business analyst should analyze, or it has to be analyzed by BA based upon three things. Sir, what are those things, sir? Whether the requirement is complete or not. Second one, whether the requirement is consistent or not. Third one, whether the requirement is having any confusion or not. Confusion or not. Is that clear, guys? What is how to check whether the requirement is complete or not? What is consistency? What is ambiguity? Everything I'll teach you. But as of now, I hope you are able to understand. After analyzing the requirement, the BA has to convert the CRS document into a technical document, which is nothing but software requirements specification. If somebody is asking what is CRS, your answer should be CRS is a customer requirement specification, which is nothing but a non-technical document given by customer in business language, collected by business analyst. Is that fine? CRS is a non-technical document given by customer, which is collected by, or else which will be collected by, BA. Next, what is SRS? If somebody is asking, your answer should be it's a software requirement specification, or SRS is a technical document. It's a technical. This is non-technical. There's no one I'm telling, which is non-technical CRS, which is technical SRS. It's a technical document prepared by business analyst. Is that clear? In software language, in software language. What is software language? Don't worry, I'll tell you. Where the next category of people will be able to understand. Next category of people means these many people will be able to understand. That's it. Shall I proceed further, guys? Before proceeding further, I would like to display a diagram. Will that be fine if I display a diagram? Yes, please do respond. Will that be fine if I display a diagram? Okay, cool. Just observe properly so that I'll be displaying the diagram. As whatever I told just now, let me just consider in one chota diagram that I'll be writing. I know nobody will be asking this requirement. No one am telling. Like this requirement, nobody will be giving. Just for your reference, I'm just writing this diagram. Observe properly and tell me whether you're able to understand or not. Because assume that he is a client or customer who will give the requirement. Technically, it's a non-technical document, or few people will be calling it as document which is available in the business language. What this customer will tell, see business analyst or product analyst, I want your company to develop a software which will perform some basic mathematical operations. Guys, nobody will be giving you this requirement. Fine. They'll just give the requirement according to their what the company expect. Fine. But as of now, just for you to understand, I am just trying to take this example. Okay. So here customer requirement specification, like he want to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Directly if you give this, developer might not understand, test engineer might not understand completely. Fine. That is the reason you have to convert this CRS into SRS. Guys, I will show you in reality in IT company how CRS will look like, how SRS will look like. I'll show you that. But now itself, if I'm showing, you will not be able to understand. At least you should be having some amount of maturity to understand that. That's the reason. Now assume that this is a non-technical document. Now this business analyst will convert this non-technical into technical. How, sir? Okay, addition, right? In our company, there are four developers. Let the developer number one develop the first module in Python programming language. Developer number one again develop subtraction using Python. Developer number two, let him take care about multiplication. Developer number three, let him take care about division. Like this, who will test this? Everything will be written in the SRS. A pure cut down document which will be available in the technical document. Sir, what is technical, sir? There's no thing. If somebody is saying, they will understand. Okay, addition, developer number one. Maybe they'll just write the name. Okay, I have to develop this using Python programming language. That means it's a technical document. I hope you are able to understand from which perspective I'm speaking. Next, after taking the requirement, you will understand whether the requirement is complete, consistent, ambiguity is there or not. So, best example, sir. Assume that customer would have told, I want this in the first interaction. As when it comes to business analysts, they have to interact with the client or customer like multiple times, like some three times, four times they have to interact to gather the requirement by conducting meeting. Maybe in the first meeting, he told something. Fine. If you feel the requirement is not complete, fine, again you can just ask the customer the next requirement. Customer, I'm not satisfying that the requirement whatever you have given is complete, please make it complete. And consistency, first meeting he would have told something, second meeting he would have told something. Inconsistency is there, like how our engineering semester percentage whatever we got, or CGPA whatever we got, I don't think it is inconsistent. Is there any consistency? Is there anybody in the class? Sir, 9 CGPA, 9 CGPA, 9 CGPA. Nobody, right? That means it should be consistent. Fine, that's what he gonna check. Because the document should be complete, the document should be consistent, and the document should not consist of any confusion. Confusion means ambiguity. Let me just ask one thing. Just tell me. Listen properly and tell me the answer. Sky is blue. I hope you will agree with that point, right? Again, I will tell. Sky is blue. Blue is red. What is the color of sky? Please do respond. Sky is blue. Blue is red. What is the color of sky? Red. Just go and check what is the color of sky. I don't think some confusion is there. Like this, few sentence or few things or few requirement given by the customer might be having some confusion. You have to make sure that you will interact with the customer and clear all your ambiguity or confusion. I hope it's clear for everyone. Is that clear? Yes, please do respond. Is that clear? I want a very quick response from your side. Okay. The next step happens to be feasibility. Feasibility is nothing but possibility. What is feasibility? Yes, please do respond. Feasibility is nothing but possibility. I'll just tell possibility. Sir, what, sir? So many things you have written, sir. Don't worry, I will explain what is there in that. Guys, the only I'm telling, when it comes to manual testing, it might be a bit theory. That is the reason I might be including some uh, jokes or whatever it may be. Fine. Okay, observe properly. When it comes to feasibility, by doing feasibility study, the company will get to know that whether it is possible to develop the software or not. Yes or no? That's best example. Today, few people, I don't know from, okay, let me just tell you guys. I have seen few people, fine. Instead of few people, let me just tell students, fine. If I'm telling them to learn Java, at least learn Java or learn Python, fine, or learn testing, so that as an entry level, you'll get a job. What their expectation will be, sir, I will learn machine learning, sir. I will learn data science, sir. I will learn artificial intelligence, sir. As I'm not saying as a fresher you can't learn. You can. You can. but you are not ready to invest minimum 6 to 8 months of time, a solid 6 to 8 months of time to learn this. You want the content to be delivered within 1 month, and you want the course fees should not be exceeding more than 1,000 rupees, and you want a job of 6 lakhs per annum. That's what your expectation. Do you think this will happen? Do you think this will happen? Because if somebody can learn the content in 1 month, and if somebody can get a job of 6 lakhs per annum, don't think everybody would have learned that, everybody would have done that. As a fresher, I would never recommend a person to go in the field of machine learning, data science, AI. If you really want to go in that particular field of machine learning, data science, AI, then do one thing. You please start working in the IT industry as a Python developer or developer, software developer for minimum 2 to 3 years. Then you update yourself by going to the company, like by having a job, just update yourself. Then you change your domain. Then directly you'll be given the coding part of this machine learning or data science or AI. If not, I'm not saying you will never get a job in that particular field as a fresher. You might, but you will not be doing the technical job. Trust me. You'll be like a support for the main developer. That's it. Some data analysis job is what you'll be doing. As it's a just buzz term for machine learning, data science, AI. And nowadays people started like cyber security. They don't know what is the meaning of cyber security. They'll see some 2 to 3 hours of YouTube video on some Udemy courses. They will assume that they are master in cyber security. Cyber security, and one more thing will come. What is that? Cloud computing, fine. DevOps. Because all these domains will cater freshers. I'm not saying no. But if you consider which one will cater the majority of the things is what you have to learn. As you should not, you should, as a fresher, you should not take chance, right? That's what I would like to tell for everyone. As a fresher, why to take risk? Why to take chance? You have a proper thing. Just learn that, just get an entry, that's it. And if you find someone who can train you properly in the field of machine learning, guys, trust me, you will not believe. I have prepared a content of 8 months. I have prepared a content of 8 months. 8 months content, fine. Not, I didn't sit for 8 months. I just took 1.5 hour to 2 hour to prepare this content in my hectic schedule. I have prepared. I don't know when I'll be starting this. When it comes to machine learning, it's a 8 months course that I'm doing. Like how software testing is 3 to 4 months, development course is 4 to 5 months. Like that, it is 8 months course machine learning as a fresher. As a fresher, I'm saying, and that too daily 2 hours is what you have to learn in order to understand. Are you getting my point? Because so many mathematical stuff has to be learned. Fine, you should be having that maturity level. Sir, what, sir? From that day you're telling maturity level, maturity level. Why, sir? Why we should be matured, sir? Guys, a simple analogy is what I would like to tell. Please tell me whatever I'm telling is correct or not. Guys, I'll be telling based upon my experience. Simply, I'll not speak whatever comes to my mind. Now, if I tell you to learn SSLC content for 1 week of time, only 1 week of time is what I'll give. Don't you think you will score minimum 60%? Will you agree with my point? Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. If I give you the content of SSLC, if I made you to learn for 1 week, 1 week study holiday, don't you think 100% you know the methodology to learn that subjects and you will score more than 60%? Just correct me if I'm wrong. Yes or no? Correct me if I'm wrong. Similarly, PUC, fine, whatever the PU that you have done for 1 year. If I give you 1 month of time, only 1 month of time is what I'll be giving. Only 1 month of time is what I'll be giving. Fine, I'll not make you to what I can tell. Attend the college class and all. Directly, I'll give you the textbook. Directly, I'll give you the notes. Don't you think you will score minimum 70% in the PU? Yes or no? Let's please do respond. Minimum 70% you will try to score. At least, worst case, if I give you 1 month. Now, suddenly, if I give you the content of UPSC, I hope you know what is the meaning of UPSC. Like it's a government examination. Fine. Where that is public service examination is what I can tell. IPS, IAS, fine, IRS, like this, those so many things will be there. Even though if I give you 2 years of time, even though like 1 year and all, it's impossible, is what I would like to say. If you prepare for UPSC for 1 hour, it's I think out of 1,000 or out of 10,000, only one person might clear UPSC in a first attempt or by taking 1 year of time. Don't you think minimum 2 to 3 years is what you have to dedicate to clear UPSC? I think many of them would have given a try. Correct, right? Okay, now, do you have the guarantee that even though if you spend 2 to 3 years of time, do you have the 100% guarantee that you will become a public service, that is, a public servant, like you will become IAS or IPS? Do you have the guarantee? I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. But do you have the guarantee? Yes, please do tell me. 100% no, right? 100% no. But you have a guarantee that 60% you can score, 70% you can score. Like that. Trust me, if you learn a development courses or if you learn testing courses, I'm 100% sure that you will get a job within the course completion or after the course completion, you will get a job. But effort should be there. Effort should be there. Is that fine? Guys, don't go to a trap or a scam. Fine. You just don't believe. Fine. You have Google, just check it out as many people as possible so that you'll get some clarity. Guys, I tell you, many people I just came across. Fine. Either you should not be having any knowledge. Fine. If you have zero knowledge, that's well and good. Either if you have some moderate amount of knowledge, that means half knowledge, that's fine. Or if you're knowledgeable, that's fine. But few people will be having over knowledge. That means what I can tell. Fine. For them, I can't tell anything, right? That means they'll be thinking like whatever they know is correct, whatever they're doing is correct. For them, we can't guide in life. Fine. Okay, let me just come back to feasibility. I'm really sorry. Okay, listen. By doing feasibility study, company will decide whether it's possible to develop the software or not. That means they'll just decide whether it's possible or not. Okay, sir, who will be involved in this particular feasibility study? Sir, first BA will be involved. Finance team, guys, it's a meeting conducted by company where BA, finance team, resource team, technology team. In the technology team, not every person will be allowed. Project manager, senior developer, senior test engineer, all those people like finance, resource means HR, human resource, like developer, test engineer. HR will be there in the company. HR will has to attend the meeting. System resource, like one IT admin will be there. He has to attend that meeting. Like technology, fine. The managers or the higher level position people, fine. They have to attend. That means what they will discuss, if you ask me, first finance team will tell, okay, customer is coming up with the requirement. They will tell first these particular managers decide how much amount of time it will take. Assume that the manager will tell, see, this project gonna take 6 months of time. This project gonna take 6 months of time. At that point of time, the manager, maybe the senior developer will tell, see, we have 10 developers in our company, but we need not to utilize all the 10 developers. Let's utilize four developers. Test engineer will tell, see, this is a critical project. That's the reason. Let's involve out of 10 test engineers that are there in our company, let's involve 3 test engineers for this project, upcoming project. Simply they'll just tell, and they will tell, see, now they are completely occupied. Maybe after 2 months, they'll be ready to work. This is what the developer will tell. Human resource will confirm, okay, this fellow will work. You can rely on this person. Well, like this, the human resource HR will give green signal. System resource will tell, okay, we have a proper laptop, proper Wi-Fi, or proper other technical stuff. Fine, in order to develop the software. That's what they might be telling. Fine, that's what they might be telling. And next, finance team will tell, okay, in order to give salary for developer for 4 months, test engineer for 3 months, including the profit of the company to develop the software, actually we require around 20 lakhs per annum. Around 20 lakhs per 20 lakhs is what we require to develop this software. Why? Because they have to give salary every month, right? Maybe some developer might be taking 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh, test engineer might be taking 60,000, 1 lakh, like that. Fine. Simply they will tell 20 lakhs. For 6 months, 20 lakhs. But what these people will discuss and what they will tell for the customer, if you ask me, guys, they will never tell this 20 lakhs to the customer. Rather, what they will tell, see, customer, in order to develop the software, it will take minimum 8 months of time. Minimum 8 months of time it is what it will take. So because always they'll have a buffer time. Always they'll have a buffer time. So it will take 8 months of time, and it will some build up they will give. See, all the developers, all the test engineers in our company should work on this. Why? Because it's a critical project. It's a very important. Like that, so many build up they will give, and they will tell. See, customer, in order to develop this software, usually if you go to outside market, it might be around some 1 lakh, sorry, 1 crore, 1.5 crore. But what we will do, we will take 50 lakhs from you. 50 lakhs is what they will tell. At that point of time, somehow the customer might come to 40 lakhs or 45 lakhs. Is that clear? This is how the IT company will do. Is that clear, guys? Please do respond. I hope you're able to understand what is the meaning of feasibility study. Whether to develop the software, whether it's possible by the company or not, is what they're gonna check. Is that clear for everyone? Yes or no in the chat box? I just want a very quick response. Is that clear for everyone? Yes or no? That's it. Next, design. Design. Guys, design is nothing but a plan or blueprint or architecture. Design will be done by architects or it will be done by senior developer. When it comes to design also, there are two types. Okay, sir, which are those two types of design, sir? High level design, low level design. Again, I'm writing, just observe properly. Let me just consider that. I'll just tell New Roman, okay. Next, I would like to consider, okay. Design. Okay, please observe properly. It's nothing but a plan. Guys, don't you think before you constructing a house, they will design, they'll have a blueprint or they'll have a architecture ready, correct, right? It's a plan or blueprint or architecture. Who will do this design, sir? Architects. Directly you cannot become architect. Guys, if you join the company as a fresher, trust me, never ever they'll make you to work as architect. Why? Because if you want to go to the architect level, and junior architect, senior architect, tech architect. Like there's so many architects will be there in the company. Fine. Minimum 6 years of experience you should be having, and you should have worked in minimum three projects in your lifetime. Three end-to-end projects you should have worked. Then only you can design the project. Is that fine? There are two types of design. First one, high-level design. Second one, low-level design. Usually, high-level design will be done by architects in the company. The design which tells the overview of the software is referred as high-level design. Guys, don't you think, let's take a best example. Let's take a best example, like using flowchart, using algorithm, using some pseudo code. They will do the high level design. Low level design, usually low level design will be done by senior developer. The design which gives you the logic of individual component is referred as low level design. It will be done using a UML diagram, class diagram, activity diagram. What are these things? Going ahead, you'll understand. But as of now, just understand what is high level design. HLD means a design which tells the overview. LLD means the design which tells the logic of individual component. That's it. Is that clear? That's best example. Don't you think? When it comes to software testing course, I told I'll be covering manual testing. I'll be covering automation testing using Selenium. Automation testing using Selenium. What kind of design is this? Is this a high level design or low level design? Let's see how many of them will tell the answer. Is it a low level design or high level design? Whatever I have given for you. Guys, don't you think it's a high level design? It's a high level design. Will you agree with my point? Will you agree with my point? See, this is only called as high level design. That means how many hours that I'll be teaching, what are the content that I'll be teaching, everything that I have told. But if you look at the content, see here, let's consider manual testing. I know it's not visible. Okay. Now tell me, guys, now tell me, what kind of design is this? What kind of design is this? Please do respond. Whatever you're seeing now, what kind of design is this? Don't you think low level design? You are getting a logic, okay, phases of SDLC, this fellow will do. Waterfall model, this fellow will do. Spiral model, this fellow will do. Prototype model, he will do. Types of testing, he will do. White box, black box, gray box. Fine. Next, unit testing, this fellow will do. Functional testing, integration testing, system testing, UAT, all these things he'll do. Okay. Now, don't you think this is a low-level design that you're low-level document that you're getting? That means you're getting a proper individual item that will be covered in the class. I hope you're able to understand some basic clarity about the difference between high-level design and low-level design. Are you able to get the clarity? Yes, please do respond. Are you able to get the clarity? Now just tell me yes or no. What is there in that? Well, let's take one chota diagram. Let's see how many of them will be able to understand this chota diagram. Wait a minute. Let's just wait for 1 minute. I'm just displaying the diagram. Okay, okay, cool. Let me just close this, drag and drop. Yep. I hope everybody would have seen the Study Online website. When if not, maybe in tomorrow's class I'll teach you. I'll just show it. But when you think, if somebody is asking what is the high level design of Study Online website, I can tell, see, Study Online homepage will be there, courses page will be there, collections will be there, bundles will be there. A user has to sign up, log in, videos they can see, notes they can access. Like this, a high level design is what I will tell. But low level design, if you consider user sign up, don't you think users should give their name, phone number, mail ID, password, like this, whether they're fresher or experienced, and they have to do sign up? Don't you think this is only low level? That means logic of individual component is what you're gonna understand by seeing the low level design. I hope everybody are able to get some basic level clarity about what is high level design, what is low level design, and who will be involved in doing high level design, who will be involved in doing low level design. Generally, is that clear? Guys, shall I proceed further? If you could respond, we can proceed further. Okay, okay, cool. Listen properly. When it comes to next one, when it comes to next one, sir, what is the next one, sir? Guys, today I'll not be able to teach you testing. Today I'll not be able to teach you testing. Guys, coding, I'll not speak much. Sir? Why you not speak much, sir, regarding coding? Because you're not here to learn in this particular slot, you're not here to learn development. That's the reason. If somebody is asking what is coding, you just tell them that it's a process of converting the design into executable format using or by writing the code. By writing the code. Is that fine? It's a process of converting a design. Already design will be there into executable format by writing the code. By writing the code using any programming language. Using any programming language. And usually coding will be done by a category of people called as developer. If somebody is doing coding, for them we have to call developer. Is that fine? Sir, next what, sir? And next comes the very important phase, that is testing. Next comes a very important phase that happens to be testing. Okay, sir, what is testing, sir? What is testing, sir? Now, what I will do, I'll halt the technical discussion, but I'll consider day three. I'll consider day three. That's why, because I want this topic to be delivered on day three. That is the reason. But I'll give you the glimpse. If you miss tomorrow's class, what is going to happen also, you should understand. Because testing is nothing but, I hope in the day one only I have told. It's a process of checking whether the software meets customer requirement or not. Or it's a process of checking the error in the software product developed by developers. Will you agree with my point? Because whatever the point that I'm telling, I hope you're able to understand, right? I hope. Fifth phase. Guys, what is the first phase? Requirement elicitation and analysis, feasibility study, design phase. After design phase, coding phase. After coding phase, testing phase. When it comes to testing phase, if few people are asking, what do you mean by testing? Your answer should be it's a process of checking whether the software meets customer requirement or not. Is that fine? That's what testing. As I hope everybody are able to understand what is the meaning of testing. Are you able to understand? Please do respond. Again, I would like to tell, testing means it's a process of checking whether the software meets customer requirement or not. Or you can tell one more definition. Sir, what is the definition, sir? It's a process of checking the error in the software product developed by developers. Developed by developers. Is that clear? Next, group of people involved in doing testing are only called as test engineers, or few people might be calling it as testers. Testers. But with full respect, you have to call them test engineers. Is that clear, guys? Please do respond. Okay, now let's see how many of them will be telling the answer for this. Whatever the term that I have written, these are the most frequently used term in the testing domain. Okay, sir, what are those terms, sir? Terminologies involved in testing will be the next subheading that I'm going to do in the tomorrow's class, like terminologies involved in testing. Because whatever the terminologies that I have written, sir, what terminologies that you have written, sir? Mistake, fault or flaw, fine, error, failure, defect or bug. Is that same or different? So all these five technical terminologies are same or different? You please tell me, is that same or different? Do you think mistake is same as fault, fault is same as error, error is same as failure, failure is same as defect? If it is same, I would have not categorized and I would have not wrote. Fine. Looks similar, right? That's the reason trainer is required. Guys, don't you think it looks similar? 100% looks similar. But in tomorrow's class, with a beautiful example, and guys, I hope you people will not tell the answer in the interview. If they're asking what is SDLC, please don't ask them. You first tell me what is LDLC. You know, low development life cycle. You tell me manager, or you tell me how you'll propose a girl. Don't use the technique. Fine. Just to make sure that you'll understand the concept in a very better manner, I have used the technique like SDLC, older approach, new approach, and different phases. Step by step only it has to be proceeded. And difference between mistake, fault, error, failure, defect. With a beautiful example, I'm going to explain the differences. And later on, I will be covering I'll be covering installation phase as well as maintenance phase. Is that fine? I'll be covering installation maintenance phase as well as a very important concept, advantages, disadvantages, and when to go for waterfall model. Everything I'll be discussing in tomorrow's class. Will that be fine for everyone? Yes, please do respond. Will that be fine? As now only I'm telling, when it comes to what I can tell, doing the concept, fine. I have just given the path. I have just given the path. It doesn't mean that in the same manner I'll be doing. If you observe, don't you think I have just written these things, but I have not done performance testing? I'll do it. Fine. Tomorrow I might be starting with spiral model. Prototype model I might be doing after doing types of testing. Like this, some of the few topics I'll be altering. Is that fine? Why? Because I can understand. I know the level of IQ level the students are having, and based upon your response, sometimes I will not skip the topic, but some alteration will be done. That's it. That means first I'll do this, later I'll do that. Something like that I'll do it. Okay. Tomorrow I'm going to discuss this. Please don't miss the class. Why? Because being a test engineer, if you don't know this, you cannot survive in the industry. Let me just provide the attendance link. Just give me 1 minute time. Just give me 1 minute. Where is this attendance? See, seriously, this attendance will become very hectic. Just wait for a minute. I think software testing day two, right? Yeah, today happens to be the day two of software testing. Okay, copy the URL. Okay, let me just send it to everyone. Okay, please do provide your attendance in the link, whatever I have sent. Please do provide the attendance. Okay, don't worry. What is the difference between testing, quality assurance? What is quality control, QC, QA? Everything I will tell. In order to understand what is QA and QC, first of all, few basic knowledge is required. 100% I'll deliver. Guys, the topic is there. If you go through the brochure, I hope I have written quality assurance and quality control. Difference between QA and QC. The topic I'll deliver. Is that fine? Don't worry, I'll tell you what is that. And if you have any sort of doubt, please do mention in the query so that I can just clear all your queries. If you have any queries. Okay, is that done? Is that done by providing the attendance? Because I hope I'm utilizing the 1 hour of time, whatever you people are giving properly. Yes or no? I hope. I hope as much as technical topic is what I'm trying to cover. Instead of telling, okay, this is what, that, this, and all. That too in the morning slot. I hope I'm giving some technical knowledge. Uh, Guys, please write the notes. I hope you would have got a link, right? Guys, did you get a link? Did you get a drive link? Yes or no? Did you get a drive link where the notes is available? Now just respond yes or no in the chat box. No. How come? How come it is possible? I hope you are there in the what I can tell group, right? If I'm not wrong. So I hope I have created a group called a software testing. Yes or no? I have created a group called a software testing, right? Like WhatsApp community is what I have created. No, that's what I'm asking. In WhatsApp only I'm saying. Maybe for your mail today you will get it. If you have registered for the course, if not, you will never get it. Again, I have posted in the Slack group. Fine. If you open the particular Google Drive link, fine. Day one notes is available. Like that, day two notes will also be available after half an hour. Okay. Cool then. Thank you so much for attending the class. Have a great day and inform your friends to attend the classes regularly from tomorrow. Okay. Bye bye.